Good evening, my friends. How are you doing? Welcome to Friday night live chat with my good friend Theo Durand from Resurrection of Fetal Remains. As you guys know, we are busy doing these live chat sessions most nights of the week. I actually forgot to let you guys know that I wouldn't be on air last night, but I got band practices too from time to time. But yeah, it's Friday. We're back. It's weekend. It's good times. And I'd like to say hello to Theo. How are you doing, my brother?
Hello.
Oh,
I'm
way.
alright and you, my buddy.
No,
Thanks for
pretty good,
having
man.
me here.
Oh, what a pleasure. What a pleasure. It's been too long, man.
Oh, it's been way too long. Way
I'm
too
trying
long.
to I'm just trying to think when was the last time we hung out?
Yo, dude, I think it was actually when the rumors at Cresta was still a thing.
I think you're right.
That's that's a long time ago. That's a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Yeah. You've grown a bit since.
Of course. Yeah.
Or at least your hair has. Yeah.
Actually, I had to cut it just the other day
What?
because like I had an undercut, but it started
Yeah.
becoming an absolute fuck up because I've
Oi.
got thick hair.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
every day like, I get out of the shower and my hair's like, yeah. Hence why
Oi.
I'm also wearing a beanie right now, just to tame the beast.
I'll wear a beanie for different reasons.
Like the two opposites, eh?
Yeah, dude, my hair was never thick. But I used to have locks, like power
Yeah,
metal locks. In fact, I still got a few here. You can see them. But yeah, it's a bit
yeah.
scraggly. Age has not been kind on me.
Like I can't believe like just the other day I also turned 30. Like it's
Yeah,
time's just flying, hey? Time's
yeah,
just flying. Life's
yeah,
short. We
yeah.
have to
Life's
like
short, and
just have to listen to as much metal as possible before we die.
exactly, man. And bloody COVID stole 2 years from us.
Yeah, dude, that was like a massive, massive gap for like also like live performances and all of that. It absolutely sucked because
Yeah,
even if there were gigs, like people were too afraid to come,
yeah.
and it sucked.
Although, hold
Like
on.
we,
Hold on. I heard there was a show in Joburg. It was Halloween 2020. And maybe you guys were on the bill for that. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But it was like a Halloween show in 2020, which was kind of like COVID was a thing, but it was just coming out of like the first like major scare.
well, we
And
did
apparently
have a
that show was
show.
next level packed.
We did have a show in Pretoria with like the trifecta, which is Resurrection, Bleeding Spawn, and Displeased Disfigurement in Pretoria.
Ooh,
So we
yup.
called it the Gore Slam Demic.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And everyone like social distance moshing, bro.
Yeah. What did you
It
guys
was
have to wear? Pool noodle, like pool noodles in a ring. Or that's what uh, Bleeding Spawn always do, hey?
we tried it, but like they literally put tables in between the rows of people to keep
What?
them social distance. Yeah, no, it was hectic. It was you know Heine from yeah, obviously you do from like
Arnie van der
Orgasm.
Walt.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
of course.
So yeah, it's I believe it's his spot that
Yeah,
we jammed at, and yeah, it was awesome.
hectic. Yeah, well,
Not
like,
not not a lot of people showed up, but like yo, we just had a blast jamming.
but I mean, during these strange times, like a lot of people pulled rabbits out of hats, like found ways to do things. I mean,
Right.
we couldn't do Metal for Africa the way we would normally do. Um,
Oh, yes.
But instead, we managed to actually book a show out at a venue in the Klein Karoo, uh, which was
Oh
epic.
wow.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was a long drive, and like we capped ticket sales at 120 heads, and like people who bought the tickets, they could be assured that there would be space, breathing, because it was an outdoor venue. But it was rad. Like
Yes.
people came, and it was a bit like people were wary, but it was just so
Of course,
nice to
yeah.
be able to come together and like celebrate metal. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
No, that's awesome. Like I love seeing like how we even with the adversaries that we face, like we find a way to get through it, you know?
yeah.
Like I've had COVID twice and I can tell you I do not want it again. But
Yeah,
I'm also like an anti-vaxxer. Like I don't
yeah,
want the vaccine. I
yeah.
don't. But yeah. So I don't want it again. So hopefully my body has just built up enough tolerance now with like the 2 times I had it. Each time in December, by the way.
Oh
It
boy,
sucked.
so December's
Every
coming
time.
again here. Watch it.
Yeah, no, like December is like my exclusion period. I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
it like 2 years in a row now. So yeah, not again, please.
But it's fine. It's still a couple of months away, so you're not going to get it before Metal for Africa next weekend.
Oh, yeah, no, surely. Yeah, no, for sure.
All right, man. Well, look, Metal for Africa is coming up, and this is the first time we actually doing this work with you guys with Resurrection of Fetal Remains. So I'm personally very excited, even though I'm personally not going to be there because I'm obviously manning the ship down in Cape Town. But
Of course,
yeah,
yeah.
Johannesburg, man, Metal for Africa. It's finally come knocking on your guys' door, and
Dude.
and you guys have a nice slot. Come, tell us about what you're feeling for the upcoming weekend.
Yo, bro, like, first of all, we are just so excited to play like this event. Like it's massive. Like this is one of the biggest shows we've ever played.
Well, let's
And
hope
this is
so.
what
Hey.
we this is what we've been working for
Yeah.
like since we started. Fuck, dude, because I think Resurrection has actually been running now for like 8 years.
Yeah. Wow, that's a
But
long time.
it's a little bit difficult with because the one member lives in Cape Town now, the other one's in Middelburg, the drummer's in Johannesburg with me, and we got Ashy that was here because our previous bassist was in Durban. So it's just like insane. So everyone is coming up for this event, and dude,
So who the hell's in
how,
Cape Town?
it's Karinas,
Yeah.
our rhythm guitarist. Yeah.
Hectic. Yeah, okay, that does present
It
challenges,
happened
hey?
about like
Yeah.
two years ago. So we tried to get like fill-in guitarists and stuff. So we just have members so we can play more shows, but then
Yeah.
like big shows like the main members will like come down and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But oh, Pat, our time slot is 8:30. We are absolutely going to destroy that venue. Like,
Yeah.
oh, like you guys aren't ready for this shit. Everyone's that's gonna attend Metal for Africa next week. We've got a new song for you guys as well, and it's called "Skinning a Tranny." Oh, that's gonna be so sick.
Uh-oh. That doesn't
Like,
sound that doesn't sound very PC to my ears, eh? But I suppose the fact that your band exists is like contentious.
it's in the name, Resurrection of Fetal
Yeah, yeah,
Remains.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you get an abortion and your abortion becomes like alive.
Yeah.
And we seek vengeance.
Yeah.
It's a very weird concept, but yeah, we're sticking with it. We're trying to keep with the shock factor,
Yeah. Yeah.
and trying to we want people to laugh. We want people to just like enjoy the groove to it.
Yeah.
It's groovy, bone crushing romance. Like we're gonna bring it. We're gonna bring it so hard.
But I suppose this is the thing, like a lot of people are like in this day and age, very conscious about the things they say, especially in public spaces on social media and so on.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people forget about things like satire and tongue-in-cheek, and just a
Yeah.
bit of how do we call it? Good old-fashioned unclean fun. And I mean, look, we might be getting a bit of shit for talking about this, but I mean, I think over the long years of being involved in metal, it's like metal was never supposed to be safe. So
No, it's supposed to be PC. It's where you can literally like talk about anything and like make a song about it. Like
yeah,
it's just pure unadulterated fun.
yeah, 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 un-PC fun.
PC
Yeah.
fun.
All right.
Like
Well,
we have some controversial topics.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm not sure if I can get into them here, but
No, no, no. Fair enough. Get into them in the music. But I suppose that's
yeah,
the thing. It's like, I mean, I'm kind of bringing this up a lot, not because I planned to, but because I wouldn't want people to think that we're not conscious of these
oh
kinds of things. It's not that you or I are insensitive to these kinds of
no,
things. Um,
of course not. Yeah.
and I get the impression that there are people out there who won't understand that. So just to let them know, let it be clear, yes, we are sensitive, we are conscious to
Yes,
these things,
yes, yes,
uh,
of course.
but we are also metalheads.
The thing is, like, I might come across as like a misogynist with the music that I make, but I've got a fiance. I'm getting married next year. I love women. It's not about that. It's just about like basically taking taboo topics that people don't normally want to talk about, and
Yeah.
like just introducing it in a more like lighthearted way,
Yeah.
where it's not, you don't forget about it. You know it's there, but it becomes more. You know, like if like I don't want to like, I'm trying to be very PC right now. So
Don't
we're
try
not
too
making
hard, hey? Otherwise, you're going to give
we're
yourself
not
away.
making we're not making like fun of the subject or anything.
Yeah.
We're just trying to
Yeah.
introduce them in a more lighthearted way,
Yeah. Yeah.
more
Yeah.
lighthearted
Yeah.
manner, in a more jokey manner, but we don't see it as a joke.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think
Like
in this day and
there are
age, I
serious
mean,
things, but
there's a lot of serious issues in the world around us, as there
ye-
always have been.
yes,
And I
yes,
mean, metal has always been focused on hiding from reality, not
exactly.
pretending that everything's all sugar coated and dandy. So like I think the nature of metal and the nature of satire as a medium um, of like communication and entering people's minds. I mean, this is where a lot of like gore and brutal death metal and stuff like that really comes into play. Um,
Yeah.
but I guess it has to choose its market carefully. Because I would feel that, yeah, no, we're not making fun or light of these things. But
No.
um, as a metalhead myself for many years, and, once being a young metalhead who was a bit naive to the world, and now an older one, sometimes still naive to the world, uh, kinds of situations, certain like conditions. A song by, oh hell, my memory. Um, they did a song called Eaton. You know which one I'm talking
Oh,
about.
bloodbath,
Bloodbath.
bro.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So like along these sort of veins of music, like gore and like death metal, like tell us a bit about what got you as an artist into that style of music. Was it more the intellectual side of it to unpack these issues, or was it more just the heaviness and like something you and yourself needed to either express, or something maybe you needed to suppress?
Well, that's like a trident of a question,
It
actually,
is.
because I listen to like different types of music, like some things that some people have never heard of, and they would like just classify me as clinically insane if they hear it. But a lot of like deeper bands as well, like Cattle Decapitation, like the stuff that they write
Yeah, yeah,
about,
yeah,
and
yeah,
like the subject matter that they like go into like in detail, but
yeah,
do it in such an amazing way with their music that it tells a story.
yeah, yeah.
And then like sometimes I just like unga bunga slam, you know. And
Yes.
sometimes like I'm in the mood to listen to like Come Beast or Alien Fucker or
Uh,
Excrementory Grind Fuckers.
hey, I saw those guys once.
Really,
Yeah, yeah,
Excrementory Grind
yeah,
Fuckers.
yeah, in Romania.
Oh, dude, that's insane.
No, they were
Yeah,
fucking
I love
crazy.
them, dude. I
Yeah.
love them. Like it literally looks like they just get drunk on peach schnapps and go on stage.
Or where they from, it's called palinka, which is basically like peach schnapps. Or like in South African terms, it's like witblits. Like South Africa, we do witblits.
Right, 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 right.
In Eastern Europe, they do palinka or swinka.
Oh, dude, that's so cool. Like I haven't really like spoken to someone that really knows like excrementory grind fuckers. Like when I say the name, people are just looking at me like, what?
Like, dude.
But I mean like that one song they have penis propeller, dude. It's it's so stupid, but it's so fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's half and half
No,
the point, isn't it?
yeah, like that's exactly what we want to do.
Yeah.
Like that's why we just we just make music that one people want to jive. Like we're not death metal, so we won't just like go and like like we
Yeah.
we not like that. We try to keep it like calm, so we actually can introduce more people into like this genre,
Yeah.
because it's not too hectic. It's actually easy to get into, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
as soon
Like
as as soon as the,
from a groove point of view.
as soon as that groove bug bites,
Yeah. Yeah.
dude, no, there's no going back.
Yeah.
No, like it's, oh, we're so excited, bro. Um, did I finish your question? I'm not sure now. Just like the
Probably
different
not.
types of music that I listen to.
Yeah.
Cattle, like slam.
Yeah.
And we got
So
into like excrementory grindfuckers in
yes,
there.
yes.
So yeah,
So
like wide variety. If I'm mad or something, I would listen to like Nile,
yeah.
or something in that vein. If I feel like the need for inspiration or something, I would listen to like Cattle Decapitation. Or if I'm just like playing a racing game or something, I would just put on like my stupid slam on Spotify and just like zone out.
But the thing that amazes me in general is listening to all your levels of music that like you like to listen to is they're all actually pretty damn extreme. And I mean, I've kind of considered myself over the years, not all of the years, but in more recent years, actually quite a diverse and dynamic music listener. Um, I also have my boundaries, make no mistake. But in my early 20s, I was into mostly quite extreme stuff. Um, but where I am now in life, it's like, um, yeah, like I listen to some stuff which a lot of people wouldn't even categorize as metal at all. But you're describing just metal and like mostly extreme stuff. So how does this influence your songwriting mindset? Um, like like it must do somehow.
Oh yeah, no, no, for sure. Like, especially when like a new song of like an artist that I listen to drops, and you listen to the song once, and you're like, okay, no, that's a pretty cool song. Then you listen to it again, and then you start like hearing little nuances, like
Yeah.
little pitch shifts, instead of like just using one vocal range to like finish a chorus or something, like swapping between highs and lows, and like these small little nuances like
Uh huh.
stick with me. And then the next time when I'm recording or something, like I always push myself to try and create like this new sound.
Yeah.
And somehow every time I've succeeded, and I can't wait for like the guys from M4A
Yeah.
to like experience Roffer at its best.
Aware.
But and like a lot of times when I mean take a band like Mortician, for example, the vocals in that is like very like almost non-existent. It's for me the vocals just sound like noise,
Yeah.
but the instruments and like the how doomy it is, and like that also like that sticks with me. And like the next time would be like in the band room or something working on a song, I'm like, try something like this. So I do believe that like everything that I listen to has like a little bit of impact on me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when it comes to like the time, I use it for like some inspiration.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's all about, like
Yeah. Yeah.
listening, learning, growing.
Sort of like broaden your toolkit that like you can reach into and bring some things
Exactly,
out of.
exactly,
But you're not
exactly.
planning on clean vocals anytime soon, hey?
No.
No. I was wondering if you've ever had that thought even. or
Funnily enough,
or is
I,
that the
I
stuff
used to
nightmares
be,
are made of?
funnily enough, I used to be in a church choir.
For real. So you
Yes,
can do it.
I can. I can. I choose not to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
You've done your time.
I've done my time.
Yeah.
I've done my
Okay,
time.
cool, man. All right. So we know that Resurrection of Fetal Remains is not going to throw us any sucker punches. It's just going to be like balls to the wall, brutal. Yeah. Well, I think that's why we actually wanted you guys in the slot that we have put you in, because we always try and design a Metal for Africa lineup to be quite a dynamic thing. We
Yeah.
enjoy that there's like a bit of an ebb and flow to how the night progresses. And I see you guys have got what's it, Spawn Fest coming up in Johannesburg in a couple of months' time. I mean, that looks brutal. Like the whole
Yeah,
lineup is just like
the
balls to the
lineup
wall.
that they got for that is it's like yeah, it's like super underground,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
super
yeah.
underground.
But it
Yeah, and
makes
I'm
for a
I'm
cool
gonna do a
poster
double
with all
duty,
those like sick logos.
right? I need to do a double duty that day as well.
Yeah, 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 yeah. How does your throat cope with that that kind of a night?
Well, the thing is, if I play and then there's maybe like two band gaps in between,
Then
I'm
you'll be
good.
okay.
I've done it before in Durban, but phew, the first time I've ever been to Durban, like the first time I've actually ever been to the ocean,
Yeah.
we go and play a show there, and the humidity absolutely
Yeah.
destroyed me.
Yeah.
Like I got off stage, and then another band played, and right after that, it was Displeased Disfigurement, and I was so done. I was so done after that. It looked like I literally ran into the ocean and came out. That's how sweaty I
But I
was.
mean, that's a test, eh? Because it's not only the humidity, like the change in the like air itself, but it's also like, I mean, that's quite a change in what do you call it, like air pressure.
Endurance.
Like,
Yeah. Oh yes.
I mean, if
Oh
you've never
dude.
been to the ocean before, suddenly you like more than a kilometer lower in altitude than you've spent most of your life. How
One
does that
thing I can
impact
say.
vocals?
Oh, it helps
Oh,
tremendously.
really?
Everything just feels lighter. Like
Okay.
vocals become like almost effortless, and then you like push yourself even more to what you would
Yeah.
normally do. And then you come back here and it almost feels like you're suffocating.
Hectic.
And then like getting on stage, it's like yeah, it kills you. Like there it killed me, but it was because it was so hot. But
Yeah.
the air pressure actually helps tremendously with vocals.
Interesting.
Tremendously.
So maybe because you're a higher altitude vocalist, maybe that actually helps you develop more krach, uh, like
Maybe.
as your baseline setting than someone by the coast. But actually, that's not true. You know,
Maybe.
if we think of old Duncan Bentley from Vulvodynia, he's most a coastal kid and he's got krach. Eh?
Yeah.
So that actually
Yeah.
debunks my theory. Damn. I thought we
But
could be
who knows?
scientific here.
Maybe when he comes here, it diminishes a little bit. But when he's that side, he's got like I would
Yeah.
actually like to see like a show in Joburg, and then the day or like a week afterwards, see a show in Durban, just to also like taste the theory, you know?
METAL4AFRICA and Resurrection of Fetal Remains. We're a science project.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I was talking a bit about the lineup that we've got selected. Yeah, it's quite different. It's quite dynamic. So I mean, you guys are
Yeah.
probably going to play with some bands that are not part of your typical kind of, what would we call it? Your typical circles. Um, have you looked at the lineup in detail? Is there anything there that like kind of has you a bit excited or a bit like,
Oh, dude. Yeah.
what are you
Like
feeling? Come, tell us a bit about it.
yo, dude. First of all, Peasant. Like I haven't seen them live yet. I'm fucking super excited for
Yeah, you're in
Peasant.
for a treat.
I'm sure I am. I'm sure I am. So like that's the band I'm the most excited to see. We played a show like quite a while back with Urias.
Uh huh.
I think that's how you say it, because like on stage they were saying like we're not Uranus, we're not Uraeus, we're Urias. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think I've got it right.
Yeah,
It's,
no,
it's
that sounds like
Urias.
you
So
got it
we
right.
played with them before. Like they're pretty tight, eh? Like a young band, up and
Yeah.
coming, and like pretty fucking decent. And I mean, we've played many shows with the boys from Secunda, Fenris Wolf.
Yeah.
Also, fucking lacquer music, dude. And
That's it.
there's the two bands coming up from Botswana that I'm also very excited to see.
Have you not seen either of those guys before?
I've seen Rust, but not Skinflint.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we had Skinflint actually down in Cape Town. I think it was 2019, if I'm not mistaken. And it's such an unusual style of metal, but it's still obviously it's obviously part of our like metal brethren, but it's almost like more, how do we say, it's more like vintage.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's vintage. Like I've actually heard it said in like some review somewhere that like, no, these guys are like locked in a like a time capsule. They're like bringing the 80s, like the 80s metal scene back to life. But yeah, I kind of get the sense that they're more than that. You know, they're like not just a flash in the flash in a time capsule. But yeah, very interesting band, and they had the audience eating out of their palms of their hand here. So I'm curious to see how it's going to go down in Joburg. Very different.
Interesting.
Very
Yeah, no,
different.
very interested to see them. Very interested to see them.
Yeah.
And I know my fiance is very excited to see Deity's Muse.
Away. Yeah, sure. I haven't actually seen Deity's Muse play live since I think 2016, to be honest. Speaking purely for myself. But I mean, they've been moving in strides over a long period of time now.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but now speaking of lifespan of bands, you mentioned just now Resurrection of Fetal Remains is 8 years already, hey?
Right?
Now,
Yeah, dude.
now tell us a bit about your roots and where this madness all stemmed out from. Because you mentioned a bit earlier on in this chat something that you call, I forget the word you used, but it basically
The
describes
brutal
the bands who come out
trifecta.
of Middelburg,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Tell,
Middelburg is like the brutal
tell
incubator
us everything.
of South Africa. Okay, so first of all, Middelburg is like the brutal incubator for
Yeah.
heavy music in South Africa.
Why is that, do
We
you
have,
think?
dude, I think it's like trying to test the norms because Middelburg is actually like a very Christian society
Ah.
and very like stuck up old tunnies that will tell you you're wrong and you're a Satanist and you're a child of the devil. So I
So,
think
so,
we
so,
want to
so, are
like
you guys
push the
trying to prove them
envelope.
right, or are you trying to prove them wrong?
We're trying to prove them right, but in a wrong way.
Okay, sorry. Carry on. Carry on.
Not in the way that they think we want to prove them right, in a way. So, yeah, the thing is, like, I was actually like not even like in the loop really. Like, I listened to the music, and then I had like an opportunity to become a vocalist in a band called Bioeffect. Now, Bioeffect never really saw the light of day, but it was like a post-apocalyptic, like people wearing like like Fallout suits and stuff,
Uh-huh.
and like the everything that happens to them out in the wasteland. Like we used
Yeah.
to write songs about that.
Sounds like a
And
cool
Desmond,
concept.
it was. I just didn't really like I was very constricted in the type of vocals that the guy wanted me to do. And that time, like, I was very much into slam, so I was like experimenting with like inhale vocals and everything like that. But he just wanted like clear mid growls, like clear
Okay.
mid rah, rah, rah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't really feel it. And then eventually like that band dissolved, but then I made friends with the people that were in the band, so which is included Carinas, which was the guitarist, and
Who now lives
Desmond,
in
which was
Cape
the
Town with
drummer.
us.
Yes.
Noted.
So then, started hanging out more with the drummer and stuff, and like came to the conclusion, me and him, like he also listened to like this weird porn grind stuff that I was listening to, like Seven Tree Rapist and all of that. Just found it like so fun, especially like the snare. It was just it
So
had
it's
like a
almost a
novelty
kookblik.
feeling. Yeah, yeah. It had like a very novelty feeling
Yeah.
for both me and Desmond. And then we like started doing some stuff, and then he had a friend, which was Vian, which is our other guitarist, and then we became friends. And like in the circle group, there was like another friend, like he plays guitar and bass, and eventually like we all just amalgamated and came together, and we started just like experimenting with some stuff. Like first it started off like very doomy, and then we're like, okay, like the doom aspect, let's like speed that up a little bit. And we called it like the oompa beat, which is like the,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
but then when you have the snare, it's like doom da doom da doom da doom da. And then we started experimenting with that, and like the guitar riffs and everything, it just like came together. And that time I was like still doing like inhale vocals, and just like the one day I started experimenting with like exhales and stuff. And yeah, we just decided like the one day, like, yo, that sounded like so sick, like let's do more of this.
Uh-huh.
And that's when I went also more into like learning exhale techniques and all of that. And then when we were like comfortable enough to like say, okay, we've got like 5 songs written, like let's work on a few more, but let's see if we can book a gig. But we still didn't have a name.
Yeah. This is
And
how
like
all great stories start.
and we were listening to this band Fetal Remains.
Uh-huh.
And we're like, fuck, like this band is sick and stuff, and we're trying to come up with like all these names, like discombobulation and discombobulated corpse, fucking califragilisticexpialidocious, you name it, dude. Like we started experimenting with it. It was like we all just like basically sat around a campfire, and like I can't even remember who it was that said it, but it's just like, what if we call ourselves Resurrection of Fetal Remains? And then we were like, yeah. And then the beer started flowing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I think it was like about 2 months after that, we booked our very first show at Smuggler's Pub
Uh-huh. Where is that, by the
And
way? Where's Smuggler's Pub?
sure, I think it's somewhere in Johannesburg, but like a dodgy part of Joburg, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it was in a few months, and then like that club didn't exist anymore, to
Oi.
my knowledge, because we never heard of it again.
Yeah, yeah. You guys did it. You broke the place.
And then somehow we got into like interconnected in the scene and like started knowing people. Then we started playing Volmer. Then we started playing like the
What
very first
what year
Rumors
was
Lounge.
that, by the way? When was the first time you played Volmer? Because I
Well, I
watched
think it
you
was.
guys play, I think, in 2017, like January
Yeah, I think that
2017.
was the first time we played at Volmer was 2017. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That rings a bell in my old brain.
Oh, and dude, my heart breaks that we don't have Volmer anymore. Like
Yeah.
that was one of my favorite venues. It was just such a jolt, dude. Like you have the bar like literally just across the stage. Everything is like so open. The sound was good. There was always like a good sound tech
Yeah.
there.
I
Like
was
if it's
only
late, you can sleep over there. You can blom there.
yeah.
It's yeah, no,
I was
God.
only ever there once myself, but I have only the best of memories.
There are only good memories at Volmer.
Oh, where?
And then yeah, we just started actually getting like picked up by some event organizers, like getting us to play some shows. Played some pretty big shows like Ragnarok, or yeah, we played Ragnarok and then
Oh, that was
Ragnarok 2.
Alec and Chelsea, right?
Alec and Chelsea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
when they got the other band from Italy
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and also the band from Botswana. Yeah, yeah, no, and we like started recording, but we didn't know what we were doing.
That's how it starts for most of us here. And
And we released an EP. We had an amazing EP launch. A lot of people like
what's that?
appreciated
Lords
like
of
the
Gore, hey?
Lords of Gore. Yeah, yeah.
Lords of Gore.
And I mean like that's a long time ago, you know.
Yeah.
But also like with like we wanted to like get everything in gear again, but then the COVID happened. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that fucked a
but
lot of us
good
over.
news, we are recording an album as we speak, and the production quality is going to be through the roof. We want to make sure that this one is going to absolutely blow people's socks off
Nice.
and their cocks, blow their socks and their cocks off.
So when are we likely to get some audio syrup of this work of yours? This year still?
I think
Too soon?
as the year progresses, we might trickle a few little things out, but next year will be when we launch it. We actually going to take a little bit of a hiatus after M4A and Spawnfest to work on this and make sure that it is the tastiest piece of material that we can deliver to our fans.
Nice, nice, nice,
And
nice.
then we are going to come back with a bang.
Well, maybe once
A
that's
big
done, we need to
bang.
see you in Cape Town, hey?
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Lekker. All right, my dude. Well, this all sounds fantastic. Like, I'm so glad to hear that things are at the momentum that they're at, even with your members scattered all over the show. So
It's
yeah,
tricky, but we manage.
yeah, yeah. So I just want to talk to our viewers a little bit about the show that is coming up, my friends. Metal for Africa 2022. This is happening next weekend, Saturday, the 3rd of September. And that's happening in Cape Town and in Johannesburg. Same time, same day, just basically 2 different stages, one in Cape Town and one in Joburg. Ticket prices are, if you buy it online at metal4africa.com, that's 180 Rand, or you can just arrive at the door and pay 200 Rand entrance fee. That's at both venues. We do accept walk-in ticket sales. And yeah, that's 14 bands across both cities, bands from Cape Town, bands from Joburg, bands from Mpumalanga, bands from Botswana. It's going to be rad, dudes. And Resurrection of Fetal Remains, they are playing at the Johannesburg show at, I believe it's 8:30, hey?
Yeah.
Aware. All right, dude. Well, I think if there's anything else you want to say about the festivities approaching, now's your chance. Spook
Okay,
8.
one thing.
Yeah.
Shameless merch plug.
Do it, dude, by all means. Aware. Is that the shirt you guys printed especially for the festival?
Yes.
Awesome. No, that looks sick. That looks sick. What are you guys charging for it?
They're gonna be $200,
$200. That's a freaking bargain, man.
and it's a pretty massive print.
Yeah. No, I see it fills the whole freaking shirt. That's nice.
Yeah, yeah.
That's nice. Cool. All right, people. It's coming. It's coming at you, hot and heavy. All right, Theo, my friend, thank you so much for your time tonight. It's been too long since we've chatted. I enjoyed our chats in the past. So, yeah, hopefully
must
more of
just do
this
it
in the
more
future.
often.
Yeah.
Off air, let's just chat and like talk shit.
Yeah. Well, thanks for making your Friday night available to me for this. We're busy getting a bit of practice because from Cape Town, we're going to try and live stream the whole concert. And in future, we hope to do that actually from both festivals. So, yeah, we busy buttering our bread for that one. So, yeah, for anyone who's watching this who's not able to get to Cape Town or Johannesburg, stick with Metal4Africa on YouTube, guys, and you can see some of the action. Have some taste of it. But anyways, this is my friend Theo Durand from Resurrection of Fetal Remains. Yeah. Theo, I'm going to say cheers to you for now. I'm just going to say a few more words to the listeners about our sponsors, but you don't have to sit in on that. And we'll see you next weekend. Cheers, my brother.
Undies, my buddy. Thanks for having me, hey. And to everyone, we'll see you at Metal4Africa. Get ready.
All right, guys, that was Theo. Oh, man, what a fun dude. What a strange band, but in a very tongue-in-cheek. And, and remember, metalheads have our light-hearted moments too. And I think it comes in the form of gore and brutal. Like, it's funny. It's like almost the more extreme the metal is, the more tongue-in-cheek it actually is most of the time. But anyways, yeah, so we just want to say a few words of thanks to our sponsors down here in Cape Town. We've been receiving for the last 15 years of our existence a lot of support from Paul Bothner Music. They're helping us out this year as well with Laney Amplification, Mapex Drums, Rode Microphones, is this thing in front of me here, and Roland. We're using a gadget called the Aerocaster, which I've fallen in love with this thing. It makes this business quite easy compared to what I was trying before I had it. So yeah, thank you, Paul Bothner Music. You guys rock. And my friends, we'll see you next weekend, Metal4Africa 2022, 3rd of September. Ciao.